Hello students, so welcome again. I am Professor Dileep Jigyasi. I am here again with another lecture on engineering graphics. This time the topic will be introduction of scales. तो स्टूडेंट आज अपन एक पहला टॉपिक पढ़ रहे हैं दैट इज इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ स्केल. Usually the word scale is used for an instrument used for drawing a straight line. We all know that scale will be an instrument that is used to draw straight lines, but that is not only the meaning of scale. Actually scale क्या है? Actually the scale will be means the proportion or the ratio between the dimensions adopted for the drawing and the corresponding dimension of the object. What we want to say that scale is the proportion by which we either reduce or increase the length of the object on drawing. As you know that it is not possible to draw object on the actual size. जैसे आप जानते हैं किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट का एक्चुअल साइज में हमेशा ड्राइंग बनाना पॉसिबल नहीं है. तो स्केल वो रेशियो होता है जिस रेशियो में अपन किसी ऑब्जेक्ट को रिड्यूस करते हैं या उसको इंक्रीज करते हैं ताकि अपन उसको ड्राइंग में ड्रॉ कर सकें, है ना, जिसको आप पैमाना भी बोला करते थे हिंदी में, है ना. हिंदी मीडियम में बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं. सो पैमाना मतलब जैसे मैं बोलता हूँ कि 1 सेंटीमीटर इक्वल्स टू 1 मीटर, मतलब कोई चीज एक्चुअल में 1 मीटर है, मैं उसको 1 सेंटीमीटर से रिप्रेजेंट करता हूँ. दैट टाइप ऑफ प्रोपोर्शन इज नोन एज स्केल. If you want to define scale, one of the definition for the scale will be a scale is defined as the ratio of the linear dimensions of the object as represented in a drawing to the actual dimension of the same. This is also the definition for the RF. RF will be one of the term used in the drawing. Then what is the necessity of a scale? As already I told you that drawing drawn with the same size as the object are called full size drawing, but it is always not possible to draw on the full size. It is not convenient always to draw drawings of the object to its actual size. Suppose I want to draw the drawing of a building or heavy machines or bridges or watches or electronic devices, etc. machine, then it is not possible to draw on the actual size. So what we will do, we will reduce the length of the object for the drawing. So there are different types of scales are there. There are three types of scales according to the proportions, depending on the proportion. Those three types will be, first one will be reducing scale, in which we will reduce the length of the object. Second will be full size scale, and third will be enlarging scale. Simply by name you can understand that reducing, we are reducing the length, in enlarging we are enlarging the length, and full size means we are drawing on the actual size. तो नॉर्मली देखिए तीन तरीके के स्केल्स हैं. एक रिड्यूसिंग स्केल जिसमें हम अपन ऑब्जेक्ट को रिड्यूस करके ड्रॉ करते हैं, फुल साइज स्केल जिसमें एक्चुअल साइज में ड्राइंग्स बनाते हैं, और एनलार्जिंग स्केल जिसमें हम ऑब्जेक्ट को एनलार्ज करके बनाते हैं. If you want to define reducing scale, the definition will be like this: when the dimensions on the drawing are smaller than the actual dimensions of the object, it is represented by the reducing scale. One other example will be if I say 1 centimeter equals to 100 centimeter, it means the actual length will be 100. We are representing it by 1. So the RF for this will be 1 is to 100. RF formula will be RF will be length of the object on drawing upon actual length. Another scale that is full size scale. Full size scale, as already I told you, when we will draw on the actual dimensions of the object will be adopted on the drawing, then in that case it is called full size. Full size मतलब कोई बहुत बड़ी scale नहीं है. Full size का मतलब जिस length का object है उसी length से हम उसको represent करते हैं. The one of the example will be if I say 1 centimeter equals to 1 centimeter, that is full size scale. So for that RF will be 1 is to 1. The third scale, that is enlarging scale. Enlarging scale, again in some cases, as you know that when the objects are very small like inside parts of a wristwatch, the dimensions adopted on the drawing will be bigger than the actual dimensions of the object. Then in that case it is represented by enlarging scale, and RF of this scale is greater than 1. Or you can say if I say 10 centimeter equals to 1 centimeter, then in this 10 centimeter will be the drawing length, 1 centimeter will be actual. So RF will be 10 is to 1. These are the some of the scale which are recommended by BIS. In your reducing scale, you can say 1 is to 2, 1 is to 5. These are the standard and large scale, and also also size scale, that is 1 is to 1. But if we want to draw on any another RF, then we can also draw those scales also. Another way to define scale will be engineering scale. In the engineering scale, the relation between the dimensions on the drawing and the actual dimensions of the object will be mentioned numerically. And as I already told that 10 millimeter equals to 15 meter. So these type of scales are known as engineer's scale. And another scale will be known as graphical scale. Graphical scale are actually those scale which is drawn in the drawing itself. So when we draw the drawing scale in the drawing itself, this takes care of the shrinkage of the engineer's scale when the drawing becomes old. This will be the earlier method which will be used when there will be some shrinkage in the paper or the cotton in which we will draw the drawings. So in those cases, we will draw the graphical scales also. There are some again, I want to tell about you the units. Nowadays, we are normally using SI system. So in SI system, the minimum unit for a measurement will be millimeter, and there are some conversions are given here that 1 centimeter equals to 10 mm, 1 decimeter equals to 10 centimeter, 1 meter equals to 10 deci, 1 deca will be 10 meter, 1 hecto will be 10 decameter, and 1 kilometer equals to 10 hectometer. So you know that in SI system, normally all those units are in the multiple of 10. Lower on, there will be units in the conversion will be given in the FPS system also. 1 inch has 8, then 1 foot has 12 inches, 1 yard is the 3 equals to 3 feet, 1 chain equals to 22 yards, and 1 furlong equals to 10 chains. And further, if I say that 1 miles will be equals to 8 furlongs. Another way to define scale will be according to the graphical scale. There are 5 types of scales are there: plane scale, diagonal scale, vernier scale, comparative scale, and finally scale of chords. So these are the few scales. In the next lecture, we will study about them. One of the also important information for drawing any scale will be the RF. As already I told you, RF will be the dimension of the drawing upon the dimension of the object, or you can say the length of the drawing upon actual length. So this is the proportion of the length. If the proportion will be given in the form of area, then we will underroot that area of drawing upon actual area, or if that will be given in the form of the volume, then we will use the cube root of volume as by drawing upon actual volume. So in that way, we can get the RF. Without RF, there will be no scale. So RF will be one of the most important thing. Then after getting the RF, we will find out the length of the scale. Length of the scale will be RF multiplied by maximum length to be measured. तो देखिए RF सबसे पहले फाइंड करें. RF का फॉर्मूला है ड्राइंग लेंथ अपॉन एक्चुअल लेंथ. अगर वॉल्यूम फॉर्म में एरिया फॉर्म में है तो आप एरिया ऑफ ड्राइंग अपॉन एक्चुअल एरिया करके अंडर रूट करिए. अगर वॉल्यूम फॉर्म में है तो वॉल्यूम एज पर ड्राइंग अपॉन एक्चुअल वॉल्यूम. देन एक और फॉर्मूला लेंथ ऑफ स्केल का. लेंथ ऑफ स्केल विल बी RF मल्टीप्लाइड बाय मैक्सिमम लेंथ टू बी मेजर्ड. थैंक यू. Thank you very much.